Recording now.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Hey, that's amazing.
Good evening, Amy.
Hey. Everybody having a good weekend?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Awesome. It's cold here, y'all. It went from like 91 down to like the 60s the next day. I know Ian just got off the plane in Houston and he said it's 91 there. I'm like, well, it's cold in Arkansas.
Oh,
It was 30.
I wish we could trade places.
We finally got some cooler weather. Cass, y'all got snow yesterday, didn't you?
We sure did.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Hola, 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 hola. ¿Cómo estamos, familia?
¿Qué pasa, amigo?
We've got 85 people on. Guys, if you've got team members that aren't on yet, please send them a quick text really quick, and then me and Cassandra are going to dive in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and start talking that way because we do appreciate your time. We appreciate your dedication, first of all, to showing up. Those who show up, grow up, right? That's how we always say on that. As you guys, not for sure if everybody knows or not, but well, Cassandra and Mike were in Canada because they had just actually just moved into their new house. But other than Mike and Cassandra, Ambassadors and Up were in Dallas last Monday and Tuesday, where they went over some of these changes that are coming out with us. So we got to hear directly from Larry Thompson, from Keith Halls, from Robert, about some of these changes. And one of those changes that you guys found out about yesterday when the email came out was about the modest price increase that's coming into effect December the 1st. Okay, first of all, what I need you guys to completely understand is this does not go into effect until December 1st. Okay, super important to know that. It's just 10%, so that means like the 30 serving coffee tub is just going to go from 40 to 44. Okay, there's so many good newses on this. One thing is that, and they will cover this more in Atlanta at convention, but we are still doing PV dollar for dollar. So what that means is that you will now get 44 in volume on the coffee instead of the 40, which is huge because that can really make a difference, especially when you have teams under you that are doing the same thing, et cetera, as you grow. That will be absolutely massive for your teams, which is super exciting, right?
Right.
So that's super important for you guys to all understand as well. The company is making these changes for a couple of reasons. Let me give you some of the backstory. The way it was explained to us is that so many companies are in it for 2 or 3 years to make money, to make the people at the top a lot of money, and then to sell out or to get out, right? That's what a lot of these companies are formed for. That is absolutely not the vision of the 3Bs, the T, and Robert at all. They want us to be able to build a legacy business that is sustainable to pass down to your children, to your children's children. I mean, they want this to be a sustainable lifetime legacy company.
Right.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I think it's really, really cool because most of us, myself included, like if you go out and you start a small business that you want, like a family business, like a bakery or, a grocery store, whatever it is that you want to pass on to your children, you have to go get small business loans, right? You have to deal with all of those advertising costs. You have to deal with all of those things of a brick and mortar type business. Even if you want to do an online store, you still have to most of the time get a small business loan, things like that. This gives us an opportunity to start a business for our family without having to go in debt, without having to owe people a whole bunch of money. So to me, that is ultimate freedom. And I know that I speak for many of the leaders when we talk about that way. It's absolutely super important that that's why they're doing these things, because they are building this to be a legacy company, not for just short-term growth. And guys, we all know that $40 wholesale pricing for our coffee is an extremely good deal. I mean, it's not a secret that most MLM products are overpriced, because of the fact of the way that the comp plan structured and, things like that to pay out. So, but our products are not like that. And even at a 10% increase, they're still massively reduced compared to any other of the coffees on the market. And it's got so many amazing health benefits with that. So I just wanted to give you guys some of the backstory on why these decisions were made. Okay, that way, because it's super important, especially in the community here, that you guys all understand that this decision was made. Like, we didn't make the decision. It was made in an office, but it was made with your guys' benefit in mind. It was done to help us. This decision was done to help us, not to help the company. Helping the company obviously helps us as well, but this decision was made 100% with the promoters, with the Ellapreneurs in mind to build a legacy company, which is pretty stinking exciting if you ask me. So I'm going to bring Cassandra on with me really quick, and we are going to talk about position and posture, which you guys are going to hear those two words a whole lot in Atlanta because it's all part of the Ellapreneur 2.0 launch that's coming up in Atlanta. So this is how we would like to take the position and the posture of these price changes and how we can make our customers feel amazing about it and how we can set ourselves up to have a massive end of October and a huge November. You ready, Cass?
I'm ready.
Okay. Sorry, that was a bunch of rambling.
No, I wanted to add to before we kind of dive into this, but I want to add another P on there, positivity, because I just hear you're super excited. Like, this is, as long as you're positive, that's how it's going to come out. So keep that positive mindset. And that's how, when you're, having this conversation that we're going to dive into, that's how people are going to feel. If you're positive, your customers are going to be positive.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why it's so, that's why it's so important to get your positioning, posture, and positivity all on the same page. We have 151 people on, Cassandra.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, okay, so we've covered like why they've done it. That way you guys all understand why they've done it. We all look at this as a positive thing and a positive way to build our business for the future, which is super important. So now, how are we going to turn this into the most amazing announcement you've ever seen in your life? It is simply very, very easy, guys. You, as Ellapreneurs and customers, can grandfather in at all of the current prices if you're on a SmartShip. Okay? A SmartShip. Here's what I know that came out of Robert's mouth in this meeting directly last week. Whatever you have on your SmartShip as of November 30th at midnight is what you will get the discount on, be grandfathered in on the discount. So if you're on the fence, or if you've got customers that are on the fence, you want to get that discount set up. You want to get your SmartShip set up before November 30th and make sure that it's active on November 30th at midnight. Whatever products are set in your SmartShip, and you guys know you can only have one SmartShip now. Whatever products that are in your SmartShip, you're guaranteed, and I'll answer that just a second, Warren. So you will grandfather in at those prices. So you'll grandfather in at the coffee at 40, the Xantha Max at 40, all of that stuff at 40. Okay. So as of December 1st, dose in the combo will be $99, will be $88 on AutoShip. When did they say only one SmartShip? They sent an email out after the last meeting in Dallas. It's been, there's an email that went out to all customers and Ellapreneurs that was to remind us that you can only have one SmartShip now. Because I know several people had different ones set up, but you could only have one now. That is to make sure. The reason that they're doing that is because some people went in and didn't realize they already had a SmartShip set up and set up another one. So people they were running them twice, and that was causing chargebacks on the company because people didn't mean to do it. So that's why they just set it up straight across the board that we could all only have one SmartShip per month. So if you've got people on the fence about wanting to try Keto Cray, does Ricky, Cassandra, do y'all know the answer to that question? I don't. About, does Hemplavate have to be a separate SmartShip? I think my Hemplavate runs on mine, doesn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't have it on mine.
Yeah.
So maybe Ricky says no.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have Hemplavate on SmartShip, so
You can have the Hemplavate on SmartShip. No problem.
on your regular one, right? That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay, just making sure. Because I saw that. So yeah, you can only have one auto ship per month. Super important that you guys understand that. But so if you've got someone on the fence about Keto Cray, if you've got someone on the fence about the patches, any of that stuff, my advice is to go ahead and get them to put it on a SmartShip. That way they lock in the price. I don't know how much the patches are going up. I do know that they said that they would be more than 10%. It's what they said in the meeting, but I haven't seen anything else to know exactly how much they are going up. They are going up more because we buy them from a third party. We have to have the margin on those. And we're just, so we buy them from a third party, and that's why. So I know for a fact that Dose, Xanthamax, Chocolate, Keto Cray, and the patches are all going to have the modest price increase. So how do we want to position this to where we take this on to our customers? How do we want to do that? So here's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you exactly how I'm going to market it. And then I'm going to let Cassandra tell you how she's going to do it. And then if there's any other leaders that want to share their thoughts on how they're going to do it to their customers, that way you guys we're all on the same page. I'm going to do a Facebook Live in my customer group. And I am going to explain to them the benefits of SmartShip. That way they understand that they can cancel at any time, they can edit it, they can change it. But now guys, if you don't have keto, let's say you have your Dose set up on your SmartShip on November 30th, okay? Then you go and add Keto Cray to it in December, you're not gonna get the grandfather price on the Keto Cray because it was not in your SmartShip on November 30th. Does that make sense? So anything that you think that you may want to get your discount on, you need to make sure it is in your SmartShip on November 30th. Awesome. Making sure everybody understands that. So I'm going to do a Facebook Live in my customer group. I'm going to explain to them that the prices will be going up December 1st and explain how SmartShip works, explain all the benefits, all the perks, tell them how excited I am about this, and really stress that this is a really good thing. And to jump on it in November, get their auto ship set up, go ahead and do what it needs to be done to get it done. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, Cassandra, I'm going to mute and turn it to you now.
Okay, yeah, and maybe that's something that we can do in the Team Rise community group too, which is a great idea if some of the other leaders want to do that. I'm up for that, but kind of to piggyback what you just said, keep it positive. I'm going to reach out to my customers and just let them know, hey, there's going to be a price increase coming up, but you know what the great news is you can get grandfathered in, for this price that maybe you're already on, or maybe like you said, maybe they wanted to add something on and they were on the fence on, and I wanted to make sure that you knew about that before the changes were made, but that way you can get locked in and you're still going to get this pricing. And like you said, just make it a positive thing, right? As long as you come at it from a positive angle, that's how they're going to take it. And a great way, people love getting a deal. People are going to think, oh, wow, well, before the prices go up, you know what? I'm so glad that you reached out because I did want to add that, or I'm glad maybe I'm not on SmartShip yet and I was thinking about it, that sort of thing. So I think just have good communication and letting those customers know and just being positive, really just keep it super simple.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of questions about Australia on the chat. It was not discussed at corporate. That's something that if I was you guys, I would message Ricky or Ian or message compliance, send Amber a message and ask her directly. My understanding is because the new formula that will be out in Australia will be the international formula. And I believe it's going to go up in price anyway. So that's something that you guys will need to discuss with them. That wasn't something that was brought up to us because we're not technically open in those countries. So it was not something that was discussed at the meeting.
Amy, can I jump in there?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are registered for trade in Australia, so we are, from the registration point of view, open. However, as you can imagine, I'm getting a lot of questions of, you know, why would we be discriminated against? Because at the end of the day, we can't put it on a smart ship until it's available. So I'm offering up a solution to Keith where all of those that are registered as customers or promoters up until the 11th hour before the change in the prices, that they nominate if they want to have coffee or chocolate put on their smart ship. Does that make sense?
It does, but like I said, Steph, that is like not our call at all. So, I mean, that's just not our decision to make. And there's no sense in really, in my opinion, and I'm not, there's no sense in us all discussing that back and forth right now because we aren't the ones that make those decisions. That needs to be handled directly with Keith and Amber and the corporate team because it's not up to me, it's not up to Ricky, it's not up to any of us. We're just doing the best we can to position this for our teams and to do the best we can to get as much information out as possible to you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've let Keith know and I've offered up a couple of solutions to him, but I haven't had a chance to catch up with Ricky or Ian or anyone, so I guess this is news for them as well. So it's more of a heads up.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Like I said, I would definitely message Keith or Amber because like I said, they're the ones that will ultimately be the ones to make that decision. We didn't make any of these decisions. We were just told about them, and that is how we are addressing it with you guys, just to keep you guys as informed and in the loop as much as possible, because this really is a great thing, guys. This is the best thing the company could have done to help us. So did anybody want to unmute and have any questions as far as what to tell your teams, what to do? And also if you, hey, Cassandra, is it cool with you if we, and Ricky, is it cool with you if we talk about some of the changes we made today to the Happy Coffee customer community? That way everybody's on the same page with that.
Yes, and on the Team Rise also.
Okay,
So
you're good
go
with
for
that.
it.
Okay, we had a meeting that Ricky kind of impromptu called this morning because he caught all of us with our makeup on and tried to do a video call. I think he's going to do that and like save snapshots and like blackmail us later or something. I don't know. But so Ricky did this meeting with us this morning in the Team Rise team page, guys. We're no longer going to approve welcome post on just like the whole thing. It's like, welcome, Cassandra, my newest Elapreneur. We are not going to do those. We have one specific post in there for October. I made the graphic and put it in there today. Just use the blue search bar up top and enter October, and you'll see a graphic that says, welcome to all new Elapreneurs in October. What you will do is you will tag your new Elapreneur in that post, and we will all welcome and congratulate in that post as well. That's going to help us so when you guys get into the group and you're looking for updates, you're looking for Zoom links, you're looking for emails from corporate, you're looking for information that you need to know about convention. That way you don't have to scroll through hundreds and hundreds of welcome to the team graphics. We are super blessed that we have that issue and that we've added so many people to the team. So it's a wonderful problem to have, but that's the best solution we have to it right now. So that way.
Hey, Amy.
Yes.
This is John Ward. Are you familiar with units in group yet?
Yes, sir. We are. That is something that we're looking at to lean toward as well. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Yep. We are looking at leaning towards that as well. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so and also we're going to do topic tags in there. So like rank ups, when you post somebody's new rank up, like let's say Cassandra and Mike hit is it Royal Crown? Yeah, that they hit Royal Crown this month, we'll make their flyer and we'll tag the topic tag rank ups. That way we can go to the rank ups tab and you'll be able to pull up everybody's rank ups, which is super exciting. So that way you'll know which ones to comment on and to help to brag on people, which is super important. Make sure you guys are using these pages. That's what they're there for. They're there for community. They're there for support. You could ask questions in there. That's what we're all there. And as leaders, we've all made a joint decision this morning that we've all given our word and our commitment that we will spend more time in that group. And that's where we're going to make announcements. So you need to make sure that your teams are in that page. Super important. Also, I know some of you leaders, including myself, we all have our own separate customer groups. There's reasons that I have to have mine that way, but what we changed the name of the Team Rise customer page today to Happy Coffee Community. I believe that's
No, wait, hold that thought. I saw that it couldn't be changed to Happy Coffee Community yet because there was something in there where it says you can only change it once within 28 days. So right now it's Team Rise Community, and then when that date comes, we can change it to Happy Coffee Community. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sounds good. I just know that's what the banner says because I made the banner. That's the only reason.
Just leave the banner there, and then we'll change it when we can. So Team Rise Community for right now.
For right now, it's Team Rise Community. And what we'll do is you need to add all of your potential customers to that group or your regular customers that have ordered. That can be for both. Cassandra, myself, Tony Garcia, who has let me tell y'all, if you have not checked out Tony Garcia's community that she has for her team, for customers, it is literally the best one I've ever seen in the business. She is phenomenal. And what we're going to start doing is starting to put some of those content over into the Team Rise customer page as well. That way we can build it up as a really strong, sturdy community for you guys to plug your customers and your potential customers in. I was sharing a story earlier. I had a customer in my customer group write a story yesterday. I made several sales off her testimony. Once again, we're going to talk about facts tell, stories sell, right? Absolutely, 100% of the time. So when people get in there and share their stories and they see other people, and it's not just you telling somebody that it works, that is super, super important. Because people will only listen to you for so long, and then they're like, oh, she sells this stuff, so I mean she has an angle, right? Nope. When you have other people sharing their stories and talking about how much their lives changed because of these products, then people are compelled to try it. So that's why we are working on those things. Ricky, did you have anything?
Could you say her name again? That the girl that you said has the excellent page.
Tony Garcia.
Thank you.
Tony, if you're on there, Tony, will you unmute yourself because I'm putting you on the spot like that, if you don't mind, and just tell the name of your community and maybe tell how you've got it to build up and work as well as you have, if you feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. The name of our group is Happy Coffee Chat. And what it does is it allows even the brand new person, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why we've had the growth that we have as a team, because it's a part of our system that we have. And it falls right in line with what we're teaching every day, and that facts tell and stories sell. So what happens is even the brand new person that joins your business today, they're comfortable with just planting that seed, maybe introducing the coffee, and then putting them in that group so that they can see all of the powerful. We have 16,000 people in there now. And when we have that many people, there's hundreds of people pretty much daily. It's mostly our customers now that are sharing their exciting testimonies and experiences in there. And so what happens is when you come across a potential that, you planted that seed and it introduced the Happy Coffee to them and you put them in there, then it's like, wow, it's not just Amy that this is working for. Look at all these people. And they may not relate with what it's done with you, but they're going to see something in there that's going to, and then, that's initially, and then it takes a lot of your follow-up work out as well, because if they're in the group, they're going to continue to get the notifications and the reminders that they need this stuff. So that's something that we do, and we do a couple of things in there. Another thing that we do, and this is something that we're going to be also implementing in the Team Rise customer page, is we're going to be sure that y'all are paying attention. And I haven't sent it to you yet, Ricky, and I'm going to do that this evening. I've been out all day, but we're going to start an ongoing customer incentive in there. And what that's going to do is that's going to help you to get massive exposure to your business if you will utilize this. And as you're doing your customer follow-ups, ask your customers if they will share their product experience. Of course, you want to make sure it's a good one. If they will share their product experience on their page and tag you to it. If you can get into a system down with this to where you have a different person sharing their experience every day on their page, you are going to have massive exposure in your business. We have literally brought in distributors because of this, because they had so many friends, they had no clue. We know how powerful this is and what our products are doing, but the customer really doesn't know, so if they simply just share what the coffee or the chocolate or whatever they're doing is doing for them, and their friends see. I've had some that had 75 and 100 inquiries on a single post they put where they shared their results. So of course those are distributors now. One of them's probably on here. I saw she was. She's actually my number 2 leg right now, because she swore off network marketing. She wasn't doing it, but she was.
Hey, come on in.
I thought that was her. She trusted me and she tried the product and she absolutely fell in love with it. So, if y'all can mute your phones or your computers,
what do you guys do in the area?
Teresa Schmidt. I think it is. Teresa?
I tried to mute it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Please mute your phone, guys.
there we go.
Oh.
So anyway, it's been a huge resource for us as a team to be able to have this exciting, fun place to bring our potentials to. Now, with that being said, what we're going to need you all to do is when you have a moment, and of course we don't want to put them all in there today and just make it go berserk, but over the next few days, if you'll take a few minutes and just share your experience in that Team Rise customer page. What is it called now? Right now, it's a temporary Team Rise community, I think is what it is. So go in there and share your experience, because we want to have, as we begin to utilize this the way that we can as a group and make it to benefit each and every single one of you, you want to have a good, positive place and great testimonials that people are going to see as soon as they go in there. So we're going to clean up some of the welcomes in there as well. I don't know if Amy touched on that, but we're also not going to welcome our people in there. There's a welcome post in there as well. When you're going to add a new person, you can tag them to that pinned welcome post so that it's going to let them know, thank you for coming, what the group is about. Be sure if you're interested in any products, get with the person that added you to this group. As admins, we're going to kind of monitor that thing to watch and make sure that there's, we have to keep integrity in there. If someone comments, if you make a post and someone comments, I would like more information, or how do I order, because it happens all the time in our group. We as admins, you just don't respond to it. As admins, we'll go and see who added that person and refer them back to them. So it's been, it's a great thing. And I'm excited that we're going to get that going for this large group as well.
Amy, can I piggyback on that?
Do what?
Can I piggyback on that? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, go for it.
So I've been running a community since March, and started what I did when I started. If someone was thinking, gosh, I'd rather start my own. One of the things I did is I actually started a potential customer group separate from a current customer group, because I didn't have enough customers at the time that had been using long enough to build value, and where I thought they could add value to potentials. But once I got to where I knew there'd be over 1,000 people, I put them together. But I do a lot of the same stuff. You know, I've always used a welcome post. I have information, you know, a getting started video, like just, you know, to get started on the product, just in case they didn't get the memo. And do a lot of different referral things in there. Like if it's their birthday month, so this October, if it's their birthday month, they just, we want to celebrate them. So they put if it's their birthday and they tag their sponsor. And the reason we do that is then that's a chance for their sponsor to either thank them for being a customer, send them like a couple sticks of coffee if they're a coffee customer, whatever makes them happy, something from Dollar Tree. And then that whole month, they can refer any friend they want into the group, and they'll also get a free 2-day sample of one of the products. And so it's just, you know, that's kind of one ongoing thing. We also do, you know, like Tony was talking about, making sure when someone says, hey, can I order, you know, just go back through and look, figure out who it was. It's kind of a safe place for people to add. But, you know, at the same time, those over right now, 6 of, when I just looked yesterday, 6 of the top 10 contributors in the whole group are customers. And that is the way it's been happening. So our customers have a huge contribution, and our customers seem to add so much value to them. We have orders now happening daily because of that value, and that was the goal. But when I first started, one of the things difficult is to get contribution from other people in the group, because I, you know, keep telling the team, like, I don't want to be the only one posting the value. So to make it easier, what I did is I made a schedule 1st through the 30th, and every Elderpreneur had a date. And then I went through it again. So like my day to post might have been, say, the 5th and the 15th. So on the 5th and the 15th, that was my job to just go post something. And that kept us for a month or a month and a half. That really kept us just regularly, people getting in the habit of seeing stuff. And now on Sundays, I do like Sunday stories, and I do live videos, one-on-one videos with usually somewhere between 3 and 5 stories, where I share somebody's story and I interview them in a really quick, you know, sometimes 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes it's over that if they have an incredible story. And that seems to have really helped. Just like you guys were talking about, it's the value of your stories. And it doesn't mean a long testimony. It just means something that happened today that normally didn't happen for you. And if you just put that in there, it is the value that they just keep adding and adding. And like Tony, it is part of our onboarding system. I mean, it is part of the system that we've always used. Whenever you talk to somebody, as long as they've been introduced to it, you know, offer to put them in a group where they can see how the product is working for other people. They want to be added, we add them. And the great thing about that is, if you never talk to them about the product again, every time somebody posts in there, it's just a reminder, like, oh my gosh, I need to order that. Oh my gosh, I need to order that. So when you reach out and you say, hey, Lisa, how are you doing today? I saw a picture of you and your kids. There's a good chance they're going to say, gosh, I really need to order that product. So it is a really great way for you to not have to worry about bothering them. It's a great way for lots of other value to be added constantly on a regular basis to their life about why they need to not just use these products, but we have a lot of customers who upgrade the products they're using because they see other people talk about them. So yeah, it works. You know, it works really well if you use it right. And implementing whatever you can as a group is always of such value. That's all I got.
I want to clarify just something in the comments there. The Team Rise Ellepreneur page is staying for people just in the business for our team. And the Team Rise customer page is now called Team Rise Community. And those are for prospects, anybody sampling, anyone you're having the conversation with, or customers. So I hope that kind of clarifies and makes sense.
Yes, the other thing I wanted to clarify from the chat was somebody was asked in there if they have Smart Coffee on it and then they change it to chocolate like in February or March. No, you only get grandfathered in on the prices of the actual products you have in your cart on your Smart Ship when November 30th. So if you change it from chocolate to coffee, like my advice is put them both in there. That way you've got them both locked in at that price. All right, anybody have any questions? Because we're 35 minutes over, like we're 35 minutes into this and we're going to keep it 30 minutes. So,
hey, Amy, it's John.
Yes.
What about quantities, as you know, as far as having your coffee and chocolate and keto cray in there?
Same thing. That's just like with other orders. As far as I know, there's the max of 5 on each one, which I believe is the max per order as it stands right now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if somebody has 1 chocolate and 1 coffee, and they lock in and they're grandfathered in, and then later they want to add, you know, say 2 chocolates and 2 coffees, will that price apply to the 2 they add?
I don't know how the computer's going to read that. I do know what they told us was that if you have 2 chocolate in your cart, then you only lock in the price on 2. If you change it to 4 the next month, you're going to get 2 discounted, 2 at the other. I really don't see how the system's going to do that personally, but that's what we were told.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And is this also true for Hemplovate?
Ricky Durant, let me ask. I mean, my understanding was the Hemplovate price is not changing. Is that correct, Ricky?
Yes, I don't think the Hemplovate price is going to change. All of this stuff is going to be talked about at convention. So coming out of convention the first week of November, we'll know everything set in stone.
Right. We just wanted to give you guys as heads up as early as we possibly can. People that are saying they can't find the Team Rise customer community, it's because they're secret groups and your sponsor has to add you to those. But that's why we are trying to get you guys the most information as possible, because none of us like surprises last minute, right? So if you guys know these ahead of time, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of everybody else. We can start getting these smart ships online. We can start getting everybody hooked up, and you guys are going to have a fantastic month. Questions? Anybody else?
Quick question in the chat. Would you please say which products will increase and how much again? So do you want to do just a really quick recap of what you went over in the beginning, and then we'll just go ahead and close it out?
Okay, but also keep in mind, guys, this came out in an email as well. Yeah, like I'll go over that as well. But none of this, like, it's still subject to change till convention. So what we do know is that core products are all going up 10%. So you're looking at the coffee, you're looking at chocolate, you're looking at Keto Cray and Xanthamax, all going up at least 10%. The patches are going up, but we don't know how much yet. All right, guys. Anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, you guys have a fantastic night. And I do know Cassandra recorded this, so we'll probably try to get the recording it tomorrow for your teams that weren't on.
Thanks so much for jumping on.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.